David Toborowsky from 90 Day Fiancé may not be returning to the United States anytime soon, possibly due to his wife, Annie Sowen. David, a 56-year-old father of four, met his soulmate, Annie, nearly a decade ago. He was drawn to her joyful personality and quickly proposed after only a few days of dating. As David learned more about Thai culture and traditions, he gifted his in-laws 2 water buffaloes in exchange for Annie's hand in marriage. David and Annie's journey to the altar was featured in 90 Day Fiancé Season 5. Over the years, David accomplished several of his goals and milestones. He improved his financial situation, overcame previous depression, and maintained a healthy lifestyle. David also dropped multiple pant sizes, becoming the fittest version of himself. In 2023, he witnessed the birth of Annie's nephew, Navin. He recognized that Annie deserved the happiness of motherhood and began consulting doctors to find the best solution to fulfill her dream. In 2024, David and Annie chose to undergo an IVF procedure and successfully became pregnant. They relocated to Thailand and welcomed their daughter, Minthaira, with their loved ones by their side. David and Annie welcomed their daughter in March 2025. However, they haven't returned to the United States yet, prompting rumors that they have permanently settled in Thailand. There are several reasons why David and Annie haven't yet moved back to their home in Arizona, but the most obvious one is Annie's postpartum journey. As of June 2025, Annie is only 2 to 3 months into her postpartum journey. Therefore, it is entirely understandable for her not to return to the United States yet, as she requires time and care to heal her body. Annie prefers to stay in Thailand because she has access to benefits and perks that are not available in the United States. She is much happier there because being there allows her to spend time with her family members. She can also rely on her mother and siblings to take care of her daughter, giving her time to focus on her personal goals. In Thailand, Annie gets the time she needs to recover. Therefore, it makes sense for her not to want to move to Arizona, as she doesn't have many people to care for her there. Staying with Annie in Thailand may have caused David to be distant from his children in the United States. David, who has 3 adult children named Ashley, Brittany, and Jacob, may find it challenging to remain involved in their lives due to his additional responsibilities as a father to Annie's baby. A few years ago, David's oldest daughter, Ashley, expressed her concerns, stating that she disapproved of her father's new relationship. Ashley accused him of neglecting her and her siblings, saying that he should have been more present in their lives. David is making an effort to stay connected with his children despite living far away from them. He often likes and comments on his daughter's posts to show that he is involved in her life. David is also in touch with his son and recently shared the news that his son was marrying his soulmate. Although David is trying hard to keep in touch with his adult children, he would likely find it easier to maintain contact with them if he were in the United States. Living in Thailand has probably added unnecessary stress for David. Annie isn't returning to America because of her new aspirations. She has developed new goals since moving to Thailand. A few years ago, Annie's primary objectives were to start a family and run her business. However, she has since changed her plans and now intends to pursue other dreams. She has decided to enter the agriculture business in Thailand with hopes of becoming a farmer. Recently, David discussed Annie's goals on his Instagram. Annie's dream is, well, these pictures should give you an idea. I am not saying I am a farmer, but that would be her dream. It appears that David feels compelled to remain in Thailand for the sake of his wife. He is committed to helping her achieve her dream of becoming a successful farmer and providing her with support. This is why he is unable to leave her in Thailand and go back to Arizona. In a recent post, David alluded to his future in Thailand while discussing Annie's dream. He mentioned selling one of his condos in Thailand to support Annie's dream, suggesting that he may eventually move to a more rural area of Thailand to help facilitate her farming aspirations. It's not incorrect to assume that David's prolonged stay in Thailand is related to his commitment to Annie. However, it's essential to acknowledge that David has few responsibilities in the United States beyond spending time with his 3 adult children. David's children from his previous marriage are now independent and living their own lives. They aren't young children who need David's help. Truth be told, David's children are scattered all over the United States, so even if he were to return to Arizona, it wouldn't make a significant difference. It appears that David is currently facing challenges as he works to maintain all of his relationships. He is unable to leave his wife, with whom he recently had a daughter, as well as his adult children, who had previously accused him of abandoning them. However, David has managed the long-distance situation effectively so far while residing in Thailand. He has stayed in touch with his kids through social media. The 90-day Fiancé alum has also adapted well to Annie's family and culture, making Thailand feel like home and helping him avoid feelings of homesickness. 90-day Fiancé star Jasmine is now determined to drag Gino to court, and she has openly announced her legal battle. She is no longer interested in having cold wars on social media, and the shade game is officially over. The celeb has decided to finally involve the lawyers, and things are getting heated up. Jasmine has further revealed on what account she would drag Gino to court and made some shocking announcements as well. What is this all about? Is Pineda planning to file for a divorce? What did she reveal? Keep on reading to learn more about this confession. 90-day Fiancé. Happily Ever After will feature Jasmine Gino's open marriage, as the latter has agreed to the terms and conditions. Pineda has Matt, while Palazzolo has a Vegas girl, and they're going to navigate the new dynamics. However, it will be full of fights, physical altercations, and accusations. Jasmine and Gino's new girl would end up having a physical altercation with some serious pushing and verbal abuse. On the other hand, Palazzolo is accusing Pineda of cheating on him as he believes that she was dating Matt even before he agreed to the open marriage terms. Hence, it is evident that a lot is going to happen now. 90-day Fiancé star Jasmine has received backlash for a lot of things, and she has a long list of accusations as well. But now it appears that she has had enough of everything, and now she is ready to expose Gino. But this time it wouldn't be on social media, but in real court. Jasmine recently posted a story on social media and announced that she was done being the bad guy. She was no longer willing to protect Gino just because she had to maintain his likability for his new upcoming single life season. The celeb accused the latter of being an abuser and claimed that she would prove this not on social media but in court. In another story, Jasmine revealed that she filmed for almost 2 years and Gino was the one who kept her pay. She claimed that the latter was paid double during the entire time. But that's not all. Pineda noted that she wouldn't play the bad guy again just to create a sympathy in people's minds for Gino so that they would root for him in the single life spinoff. Jasmine further exposed Gino by accusing him of faking his storyline. She claimed that he wasn't dating Natalie at all, and it was all for the show. Pineda explained that Gino and his new flame had an agreement just for the sake of the franchise. She made it clear that she didn't give sh*T to it anymore. Hence, it is evident that she is really out of her mind and perhaps would soon drag Gino to the court. 90-day Fiancé star Jasmine Pineda just dropped a shocking immigration bombshell. She explained how that update could flip her entire future upside down. The celeb's American dream appears to be shattering now, and things aren't falling into her favor. After leaving Gino Palazzolo and welcoming a daughter with Matt Brownies, Pineda isn't sure about her future in America. Jasmine talked about her worst fear and how there was a chance that she would get deported. Is this true? What is this all about? What did she reveal? Keep on reading to know more about Jasmine and her visa status because this update is changing the entire dynamics. 90-day Fiancé viewers have often called Jasmine Pineda out for leaving her sons in Panama and traveling all the way to America for Gino's sake. The latter's mistake further delayed her son's arrival in the States. But it appears that Pineda isn't ready to give up at all. She recently claimed that she was trying her best to bring her kids to America. Jasmine explained that she tends to avoid talking about her sons on social media because of the backlash and hatred that she gets. But this doesn't mean that she wasn't trying at all. The celeb noted that the process was long and complicated, and she was doing everything under the sun to make sure that her kids were in America as soon as possible. Jasmine Pineda told her 90-day Fiancé viewers that she was trying to bring her kids to America. But how could she do that when she wasn't sure about her future in the States in the first place? During a recent TikTok live session, the celeb talked about how she feared that ICE would kick her out of America. Jasmine explained how she felt nervousness and had anxiety because she had a feeling that U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement would end by kicking her out of America. The celeb noted that she was really worried about the fact that she would have to return to Panama and end up getting deported. A fan page, Realititmiss, recently reshared this TikTok live session, and viewers are still in disbelief. This is because several sources have confirmed that Jasmine actually got her green card way back. Then, what was the reason she was having a constant fear of getting deported to Panama? Apparently, Pineda didn't reveal the reason for her anxiety and left the rest to the imagination. Jasmine simply smiled while she was cooking in her kitchen and decided to answer the next question. She talked about why she wasn't part of Hunt for Love. Pineda claimed that she was pregnant, and it simply wasn't possible for her to travel all the way to Mexico. However, viewers are still wondering why Jasmine talked about her chances of deportation.